Welcome back for another video. The Roundup is a series on this channel that arms you with useful information to take into each game week to arrive at better decisions. This includes the top players for predicted points, the bookies' odds, transfer trends and more. An accumulation of smaller but correct decisions can have a significant impact on your rank over the course of the season. Before we jump in, today's video has been kindly sponsored by Spitch, which is a free app on both iOS and Android. A link is at the top of the description. You create a lineup within the budget and you score points based on how they do. What sets it apart is you pick a fresh team every game week and you can win prizes. They've got some completely free leagues to enter at the moment, with prizes such as AirPods, Beats headphones and Premier League tickets. However, since you can play for money, it's 18+ only. Thanks again to Spitch. To download the app, simply hit the link at the top of the description. Enjoy the video. We'll start with the Goalscorer Odds, which are always based on the assumption that a player starts, and this is sometimes not the case. Kane's been given a 43.5% chance of scoring any time, Son in second with a 37% chance. Kane has been the man in form, failing to score in only one of his last 6 games, scoring 7 times and assisting once. Over that same run, Son is on 2 goals and 2 assists and not looked at his best. Over the last 4 games, Kane has beaten Son for XG, XA, shots and big chances created. However, at the end of the video we'll take a look at how the captaincy is shaping up. With Hwang picking up an injury, Jimenez looks a safer pick for minutes this game week, though probably not worth a transfer in, as they're likely to blank in Gameweek 33. If you're on a free hit, Jimenez is worth having though. Iheanacho could be one to punt on a free hit too, with Vardy out injured until after the international break. Up until Gameweek 28, Tony had 6 goals over the season, and in the last 2 game weeks he scored 5, albeit a few of those penalties. He's got a 31.5% chance of scoring. Lacazette isn't a prolific goal scorer, but he makes the top 10 and still an excellent pick, considering his contributions in the playmaking. He's got a goal of 5 assists in his last 6 games, and definitely one to consider. On to the clean sheet odds, and we of course just have the 8 teams playing this week. Spurs are narrowly top with a 36% chance of a clean sheet, and they host West Ham after shutting out Brighton last game. Doherty and Reguilon are the higher upside picks, so they come in with the risk of rotation here and there. Dyer and Davies look the safer but lower ceiling picks. Bowen is out injured until after the international break, will be a huge miss in the Hammers' offence. Leicester are in second with a 34% chance of shutting Brentford out. They play at home and they were boosted by the return of Fofana for the Europa Conference League matchday squad. It's a big boost for Leicester, though likely to be eased in. Leicester have 2 clean sheets in their last 3 games, which perhaps is a sign of some improvement, and they have the double game week in 33 too. Wolves have a 31.5% chance, followed by Arsenal and Aston Villa. Rock bottom this game week is West Ham, who don't have to travel far for their game against Tottenham. Onto the predicted points, and Kane is top with 6.1 points, followed by Son on 5.8. Interestingly, Son has been performing better at home than away, and Spurs play at home this game week. 6 of Son's last 7 goals came at home, so he's certainly still a good captain option, but Kane is the clear favourite. Arsenal will be keen to bounce back from the Liverpool defeat as they pursue their top 4 ambitions. Lacazette is third with 4.5 predicted points, followed by Jimenez, Barnes and Saka. Following the double game week 33 announcement, Barnes has become a popular pick. His points have been ticking along, though he rarely hauls. Maddison is flying under the radar in my opinion. He's back from injury and he's still the top scoring Leicester player this season. He's hit double digit points on 4 occasions, while Barnes has hit twice. Martinelli and Doherty narrowly make the top 10 with 3.9 predicted points. The return of Smith Rowe does carry a threat to Ødegaard and Martinelli's minutes. In the Liverpool game it was Ødegaard who was brought off, but we've seen Smith Rowe placing both in recent games. Saka is the one we can trust the most for minutes, and the longer a player is on the pitch, the likelier they are to get you something. If you found this video useful so far, please consider dropping it a like to support the channel. Onto the most transfer players, and Tony's top with almost 200,000 picking him up. Over the last 4 games, he's second for expected goals, however a few of those were penalties, and he's only 15th for non-penalty expected goals, so he could be a trap. Saka and Kulusevski are outstanding picks in that budget mid-price range, and they both play this game week. From his last 7 games played, Kulusevski has 7 returns from 2 goals and 5 assists. Tottenham's only tough fixture on paper for the remainder of the season is Liverpool away, so it could easily be a season keeper if he continues to tick along. The other tough fixture Spurs have is Arsenal at home, however it is a postponed fixture, so it'll fall into a double game week anyway. Coutinho's been brought in by 74,000 managers, but the boat may well have sailed for Aston Villa assets with Arsenal, Wolves, Tottenham and Liverpool their next 4 games. That said, the transfer numbers will include the free hit, so he's not a bad pick on a free hit. Onto the most transferred out, and Bowen's top with 224,000 selling him. Unfortunately, he will miss Gameweek 30, which is a frustration for owners, as he would have been absolutely fine to play this week. However, there are some great options such as Saka and Kulusevski, who we discussed, and we saw them in the most transferred in. Salah's been dropped by 100,000 managers, almost certainly to make way for the likes of Son and Kane. It's a bit messy, but selling a forward and Salah for a midfielder and Kane looks viable for Gameweek 30, and then bring Salah back in for a different midfielder in Gameweek 31. Despite having a game this game week, Antonio has been dropped by 75,000 managers. He does face a late fitness test. Moyes said on Wednesday that he didn't train, but he did some work with the fitness coaches and he will be assessed again today. We'll finish the roundup as always with the captaincy poll results. Thanks to everyone who voted on the poll on our Discord. If you'd like to join it, links in the description. The results are in and they are as follows. Kane dominates the poll this week with 72.6% of the vote, followed by Son with 13.5%. The poll results and predicted points are somewhat aligned this week, which is good to see. Saka does come in third with 4% of the vote, followed by Kulusevski and Barnes. Elsewhere, a few votes for Jimenez, Tony, Reguilon, Lacazette and Doherty. That concludes this Game Week's episode of the Roundup. Thanks for watching. If you found it useful, please hit like to support the channel and hit subscribe if you're new. I read every comment, so as always I'm keen to hear your thoughts. See you soon for the next one.